What's good, y'all? It's your boy Herb.
And it's your girl Mo.
And welcome to our soon-to-be
world-renowned
podcast.
Young, Black, and Figuring It Out.
What up, though?
What it do?
Whenever we decide to tell it, you feel me? How you feeling?
Phenomenal, amazing, spendiferous.
Is that a word?
I think so.
Oh, okay. That was a good one.
I am not sure, but it sounds good.
Nah, chat did not tell me about that one.
How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good. Keep it simple. Nah, I'm feeling great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying superb even.
It's the simple things.
Yeah. Shout out to Usher. Yeah, I know. But yo, listen, we glad. It's been a long season.
Mm-hmm.
We dove into some great topics. We dove into some topics that were even more great than the great topics. You know?
Greatness.
Greatest. Feel me? And so now we're here.
We are grateful.
Right before the live. And so we do want to just say thank you all for kicking with us, being with us, tapping in with us, joining us, supporting us, challenging us, asking us questions. All those things matter. So thank you all.
Yes.
As we kind of round out the season. We also want to ask you to please join our live. Please check the YBS social media for the dates.
Instagram or Facebook.
Yes. Or the website. www.youngblackfire.com. Fire being F-I-O. So yes, and buy some merch and all that.
Please buy some merch. Yes.
Yeah, listen, we got bills. Listen, but nah. So we're here. So we want to do something this is our last formal episode before we jump into doing our live. So we want to do something a little different. So we're gonna have a fun time together. Before we get to that, as we always do at this time,
I go for mine.
I got to what did you figure out this week?
I figured out that seeking wise counsel is important. Sometimes we are only stuck in our own mindset and don't necessarily think through other things or see it from different angles, or just feel very unsure with our choice. I think seeking wise counsel can sometimes make us feel a little more secure, encourage us, motivate us, and then help us feel best about making that decision, right? And so recently, I'm actually very impressed. It was a schoolmate from elementary school. We don't even talk, but you see each other on social media, and it's I'm glad to see them doing well. And she just put out a question about should she take this job or this opportunity, and asked for feedback, which was so vulnerable. And I was very impressed by that, because that's something I would hesitate to do, right? But the fact that she did is she recognizes that the people that she's connected with on social media are people whose opinions she values and could probably give her some good insight. And I ain't gonna lie, people came through and gave some really good, why for this, why for that, or just you want to consider this when making a decision. And I'm regardless of what she goes with or what people said, the fact that people gave her their well, if it was me, or I could see it from this, or just think about this when making that decision, it's that is helpful. I like to tell people sometimes you can't make a wrong answer, choice, just, as long as it's a safe choice. You can't make a wrong choice. Just make a choice and make the best out of it, right?
Absolutely.
But
that's tough. Yeah.
That's hard when you don't know what to do. Sometimes you don't do anything. Yeah. And that's always the wrong choice there.
Yeah. So. Or you crash out because you to your decision. Yeah, that's fair. Do you operate in that way?
Seeking wise counsel? Yes. I don't think I always saw it that way. I don't think I realized that's what it was, but I do recognize when something is heavy for me. Yeah. This is just something I don't know what to do with. I will call or reach out to people whose thoughts or viewpoints I think I would listen to and would be thoughtful about it, right? Would think thoroughly. So sometimes, especially if it's a spiritual thing, I'll call my mom. A lot of times I'll call you or some friends that I've gotten to very close to. I'm oh yeah, those are the way they think, or they'll give me a better way to attack it versus what I'm thinking about doing. And it has boded well. I ain't gonna lie. Saved me a few times. Yeah.
Respect.
Thank you.
Play wise counsel. I do that a lot, so I respect that. Yeah. Dope.
Yes. What did you figure out this week?
Man, all the things. But I could take it way back to what we talked about last episode.
Oh, was that that monkey on the back?
Yeah. Like that's been on my mind. But also, I think the other thing that's probably just as important is the importance of rest, like deliberate rest,
Intentional rest.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like not feeling guilty because sometimes, like, I was just saying this. I might have said this on a podcast before, but like I was, I don't know why I was doing it, but I was reading the definition of grind, and it's to like waste away, to wear down, and I'm like, that's a term that we use. You know, language means like language is power. Like I'm grinding, I'm on a grind, and like that's literally means to wear down, and it's like, nah, I don't want to do that. And the people who I see are the most successful, they don't look like they grinding. You know what I'm saying? It's like I look at like Jay-Z, like people who make it look effortless or easy, who find how to navigate and actually like build on, but not wear away. Super important.
This man is Langston Hughes because he's been spitting poetry. That's real.
Come on.
Okay, so now your take on that hustle bustle mindset, it looks like what?
Like for me, it's like more about the impact you get out of the things that you do. It's not just about doing the things. It's right. It's like at work we say like, you heard this before, not about being busy but productive. It's not like what you're doing, but what you're getting out of what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, for me, it's being more intentional. Energy is a finite resource.
Yeah.
So where are you going to put that? And if you're going to put that in places, it's like planting seeds, you know? Like if I plant it somewhere in the soil, it's the most fertile, I'm going to win. If I go point that in like sand, you know what I'm saying?
Dry
like,
desert.
Nothing's coming from that.
That's real.
So yeah, for me, it's like, it's not about just grinding away. Like that used to be my thing. Like I was in here for like 12 hours.
The rat race.
Yo, because even like, I got to take it back to sports. As a player and as a coach for basketball, I could go in there and say, like, somebody could say they've been in the gym for 6 hours. I used to, like, glorify that. But I can go see them in 6 hours, like, doing a whole lot of nothing or something bad, or somebody who's been in there for 45 minutes and got something out of it because of the way they did it in there.
Yeah.
You know? And so for me, it's like, let me be more, like, efficient with the time and things that I do, so that I can use the other time to rest.
Yeah.
And like restore. And there's this amazing concept called rest as resistance. And she talks about how like rest, it's a black woman, is actually a form of like resistance to the culture that we're in. Because when you're restful, that's when you actually get some of your best ideas, your best insights, your best thoughts, your best just direction, all of that, you know? So prioritizing rest, key. For sure. And I'm gonna have to look up who the lady's name. She had a book talking about I think resistance through rest.
No, I love it.
And it's on a podcast, but it's huge.
I need it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Nah, that's real.
No, it's great.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah.
He just changed my life.
Yeah, let me see.
You know, and then that was like 2 minutes. That was efficient.
Man, we are getting.
That was productive.
It wasn't just grinding, wasting away, saying words.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Nah, I like that. Okay.
Let me see if I can find a person to.
You know, it's crazy. It's hard for people to rest a lot of times now, because just laying down and watching TV isn't actually resting. Like people will believe a lot of times.
Nah, that's like not doing nothing. That's being idle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And almost like disconnected.
Yeah, but like rest is different. We're like restoring. So yeah, it's like, what does it for you? For me, I know it's being by the water, like taking those walks by the beach. Like that does it for me. So yeah, it's called Rest is Resistance, a manifesto, and her name is I think it's Trisha Hersey. Yeah.
Nice
stuff. So, all right. With that in mind,
I like that.
Let's dive into it. So we said we're gonna do something new. So this is what we're gonna do as we close out the season with y'all. And hopefully y'all appreciate this, because if not, something wrong with y'all.
Keep coming at the fans. Yo.
No, I'm joking. All right, no, but for real. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through some scenarios, right? So we worked with some great artificial intelligence to be able to develop and build these scenarios, right? So we talked about what's our theme, what's going on in the world, what we talked about, and we said, put up some scenarios from the things we talked about and have us respond to those scenarios, and what would we do? Right? So I brought up things from relationships, from like working in the corporate America, from being black in America, to friendships, because all the things that we've used as our episodes, they just come up with some scenarios, which is actually pretty cool.
Dope.
So let's do this one first, because it's like I think anybody can relate to this. So scenario one, and you want to go first?
Sure. I'm nervous.
Okay. So after years of living independently and pursuing your career in a distant city like Rochester, you find yourself needing to move back home with your
Wow.
parents due to unforeseen financial challenges. This transition is difficult for you, not just because of the loss of independence, but also because it means kind of reintegrating into a family dynamic that might not understand your personal and professional ambitions. So your parents are at first supportive, but press you to start to make decisions or practical decisions or different things that might not align with who you've become. So the question is, what would you do? How would you navigate these tensions, valuing your family's advice and pursuing your own path? And what strategies would you employ to maintain your independence and self-identity while living under your parents' roof? I know a bunch of people who are in that situation, not maybe because of financial situation, but just because of transition. So yeah, what would you do?
And for those people that you know and those that I know, I have like nothing but respect for you because I struggle. Hearing that sounded like pain. The thoughts. Oh my land. Okay, so if I had to do this, I am positive that I would start goal setting and grinding. Like I gotta get out of here because I cannot. I can already foresee it's like natural for when you come back home, especially into that family of origin, and if nothing has changed with your family, which likely doesn't change if you know your family stays where they are and you've gone on, you are expected to go back into that mold or that box that you grew up in. And you can't fit into that anymore because you've now been living independently and changed. And I've experienced it just by visiting home. So to think that I have to stay here, that conflict and that tension just builds so quickly and easily. It's like trying to maintain a level of respect because I'm coming from a Caribbean family. So that's respect looks different again. You know, you can't just respond just because someone said something to you. That was likely a rhetorical question. You don't answer. You just do. So trying to keep boundaries would be almost impossible. I grew up in a very enmeshed family. Like it was, you know, everyone's business is everyone's business. You don't have any sort of separation. If I'm on the phone, everyone's on my phone call type of thing, which isn't healthy for me now. I think I would try to incorporate hobbies, something that gets me out of the house more, something that is acceptable, especially so that if I am out later, because late for my family would be, you know, Monique, it's 5:00, the sun's gone. Why aren't you home?
Yeah.
Because I'm an adult and I have things to do. What do you mean? So it's like just that thought, Lord help me. It's like
That's
I
funny.
would have to be volunteering at church or just doing other things to keep me sane.
That's funny.
I'm so serious. It has happened, guys. And I was an adult.
Because I'm an adult.
It is rough. I would have myself on like a 1 to 2 year game plan.
Give yourself a timeline.
Yes, like I have to work on that timeline and I won't have a life. I'm not resting. There's no way because I won't. I promise you with my whole heart.
I'm getting out of there. I'm gone.
Gotta do what I gotta do.
That's why you said grind and you was very intentional. Like,
Yes,
no, I would be.
literally.
Yes. Yes, that's funny. Gang say no.
I can't believe how much that scenario hurt me. I didn't see it coming, y'all. I was like, this is me.
Yeah, this hit you in your soul right
Oh
there.
my gosh.
That's
terrible. What about you? How would you?
Man, you know, well, first I want to say, like, you know me, I like to go in and I try to, like, change my philosophy, like, on how I'm seeing the thing. So it's like, you know, this is a time for me to restore financially. This is a time for me to reflect. It's time for me to kind of get my bearings.
This is healthy. I love this.
So it's like, let me use this and change my perspective. Because life is all about perspective.
Right.
Because in some places, and I was thinking this when the question, so scenario came up, is like, in many cultures, it actually is like almost a part of the norm. Like some people hearing this like, yeah, ain't that what you do anyway? Like you stay with your family until you get married and then you out. And a lot of those cultures start off financially in a better place than others.
Strong.
Because you think about it, like you're probably your most consistent and your most impactful expense has been your rent or your mortgage. Like the car might switch it up. You might have a credit card go up and down, but you're going to need somewhere to live.
Right.
So if you ain't got to do that for 10 years, if I think about 10 years paying anywhere from $800 to $1,800 a month, how much money would I have in the bank? It's like, wow. You know what I'm saying? So
That's a good point.
that ain't going nowhere. So if I think about that, like, all right, I'm gonna give myself a year or two. It's like, all right, if I'm paying, I'm just throwing these numbers. I'm not paying this, but I was paying like $2,000 a month for, for my living expenses. It's like, yeah, that's 24,000. That's a lot of money. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I would look at it like that. All right, how am I gonna say this? Then, like, as far as like the dynamic, because y'all know, depending on who I'm staying with, because my people are not together. And my daddy crazy, so it's like I know, like, all right, how am I gonna be able to navigate this and keep my mental space? Like, I'm gonna have to define some boundaries up in here. And just like you, it's like I can either find a way to coexist in the conversation, because you're right, you come back and it's like, this is their house.
Yes.
And they got expectations and rules.
Which is fair.
And in those other cultures, it's a very much, I've seen that it's more co-created, the way they navigate. And it's like a part of the culture, so you just expect people to be there and you're not treating them a certain type of way. But in like, for me, and like our culture and whatnot, when you show up to the crib, it's like, you into my house is my rules type of vibe. It's like, bro, what? You tripping. I'm 25 years away from grades. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going, it's over.
Did
So,
you say 25 years away from grace?
yeah. Nah, I'm up there. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like, yo, why you laughing?
I caught it late and I'm like, nah, that was funny.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I'm up here, B. So it's like, look, you can't be here talking about my house, my rules. Like, nah, I'm gonna be out. Like you said, I like how you said, I'm an adult, B. So I'm outside, like, you know what I'm saying? But then also in other situations, like, let me not try to be Captain Save a person, because I might be saving money, but I'm trying to save everything with my mom or my little brother or my little sisters and them. Then, so I would have to like create strong boundaries, because right now I kind of, when you're in your own space, that's kind of like your refuge. It's like,
Right.
your own, this is my house, my rules for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's how I look at it. But same as you, I have a game plan. Like, this the date. I'm out.
Gotta go.
The date is the date. Yeah, I'm gone. So yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. And it's probably very different for, like, again, different dynamics and family situations. I think it'd be very different if your family is wealthy.
Yeah.
It'd be very different if your family is like black and black, like black Caribbean, you know what I'm saying? Like, black African, like more like sub-Saharan Africa, like very different. Like black and like Arab, like it's probably very different.
Yeah.
Black and Latin, oh my goodness. That's like a part of the dynamic. So
Yes, very different.
Anyway, yeah, like, that's tough.
I was like, ooh, imagine if we were very wealthy. That would be.
I come home like,
I'll happily
like
move it.
Bridgerton. Yeah, I'll be right up in there.
I was like, I'll stay on this wing.
Yeah, y'all stay on your wing of the house. Yeah, man, that's tough. I like that scenario though.
Ooh, yeah, that was good. That one felt tailor made.
All right, you ready? Okay. So I don't know why chat said it like this. I'm not gonna say that part. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
So it's called the Relationship Balance Act. So you're in a committed relationship with someone, and both of you are passionate about personal development, career advancement, and community activism. However, as you both continue to dive deeper into your careers and personal goals, you find it increasingly challenging to spend quality time together. Your partner has been recently involved in a community project that has taken up most of their free time, or you've been offered a job opportunity that requires relocating to another city.
Ooh.
The job represents a significant step forward in your career, but moving would mean long distance challenges and potentially putting a strain on your relationship if your partner does not opt to go with you. So here's the question. What would you do? How would you navigate the conversation with your partner about your career opportunity and the potential move, knowing that you've already had some problems with spending quality time? Would you prioritize the career growth over the relationship? Find a compromise to find a solution that just fits both of you? Or do you just get on up out of there?
I ain't gonna lie. I have questions.
Yeah, you say, well, somebody asked her a question with a question, you got to be suspicious. But go ahead.
Because I feel like at this point, no one is sacrificing career for the relationship or for each other, right? Like we're already saying that what's most important is our career advancement. So is it really are we going to try to make this work long distance, or are we going to call it what it is? Because I think unless I want this relationship to work, then I'm going. You know, because I can see, even if my partner was like, I'm going to go with you, they are leaving that project that they are committed to and all of their community and base, and they're only like tagged with me. And then I'm doing this thing. So that could breed resentment. That could breed like some kind of loss of identity. That could like cause a lot of friction. No, feel free to tag it. Like, what you got thoughts?
Keep going.
Because so I'm like, honestly, if we're not already trying to make it work or focusing on us or even concerned with how our relationship is heading, then this is almost like a door out.
Yeah, and I love how this go, because we could just get talk like this. I like the setup.
Yeah,
we could just talk like we talking at at the
talk
crib.
like regular.
Nah, but like I feel that, and a lot of times it's funny because when I heard you talking, I'm thinking that's heavily gender based. How that's expected to happen. A lot of the times, if it's a man,
right,
and like that's his girl, he expecting like, oh yeah, you coming with me, like
right.
That's what's just gonna happen. If it's vice versa, I feel like that dynamic is completely different.
Right. I wouldn't expect a man would want to drop everything and come with me. But if he did, it's like, are you okay with that? Because what we coming into is my time to shine. You know what I mean? So it's like, I wouldn't have a problem like if he wanted to come. It's a matter of what you planning to come do.
Because you ain't about to come hold me down or hold me back.
Right. And more than that, it's like we've already been living here together.
Yeah.
And this is what's happening. So what we do when we get over there? What do you, am I expecting something to change?
Yeah. Sometimes though, like I think couples can make, because I'm big on this, I feel like people make relationships too romanticized in a way. It's like lovey-dovey and all that. Sometimes like it's a contract.
Yes.
Like, yo, this is what you do, these things that I need, I do these things that you need. Let's make it work. It don't gotta be all like.
I think a committed relationship is a contract. So you're right.
So
you're right.
So for me, it's like, and whatever, and the contracts look different. How I signed it with this person and that person, like, make it work for you. Sometimes people are like, hey, the goal right now is to build. Right. I might not see you that much.
Right.
You might not see me that much, but we've agreed to like grind it out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like that's the case, and we've agreed to grind it out and saying like, all right, we've had, because I can imagine this scenario. I'm probably adding to it.
Add on.
Early on, formative years, we realized like, yo, we really got like we compatible.
Yeah. But we about the same things.
But we don't got the resources to enjoy life the way we want to. We got to grind. Say, all right, let's go grind. And once we get through like, again, grinding to where we can get to the new space where it's like, all right, now we can stop grinding and wasting away and start to do what we said earlier, which is to be like more strategic.
Yeah.
Then we kind of like reconnect in that way. And in this scenario, it's like we haven't gotten to that next level yet. Right. So the decision is like you said, what's more important?
Right now.
Us?
Yeah.
Right? And is there a way for us to do that in a different way? Or is that mission more important? You feel me?
And it's, for this scenario, it sounds mission-oriented, right?
Yeah.
And because if they're about the same things and they're not actually doing the work together, I find that interesting as well. It's like we're not building together. We're building separately, and we're not making time for one another. Yeah. And I think connection is the most important. If they were staying connected while doing their own separate thing, I wouldn't have much of a problem feeling like either I won't take this opportunity and I'm going to stay, or I'm okay with going because the way we connect. But it's just sounded like they're on two ships that passed on the night, even though they're seemingly heading in similar directions. It's very interesting.
Well, how would you navigate? Like for you,
for me personally,
what do you think? Like for you and your life, how your life go? How would this end up?
So I'm going. I'm going. I would be honest and say this is where I'm at and this is what I'm feeling. But like we've talked about relationships before, I'm big on like being clear and honest with how I feel and seeing what reciprocation I'm getting back. So like, are you in a space where you want this to work too? Are we gonna do that? Or is it like a blame game or like a, you know what I mean? Like, you know, what's happening here? Because I'm willing to work if you want to do the work. But if you ain't, I ain't working by myself.
Yeah.
I'm going to go take care of me.
Yeah.
You know, why not?
Yeah.
Why not? But I feel like you said, how gender roles come into play. Like, yeah, that'll look a little different. So
You already know the answer.
you going?
What?
But are you expecting her to come with you?
I think first, depending on the relationship, it's like, do I want her to come with me? You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's like, you got to be honest about that. In general, it's like, do I want her to come with me? Because sometimes, like, when you're on a mission, and it can feel the best, but it feel like a distraction. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then if it don't, if it feel like, yo, this is support, going way back episodes for me saying like my top 3 things and one being supportive, I feel like,
seasons.
yeah, seasons. Like, yo, like support, then yeah, I want you to come. But but you know, like, I want you to come and like do your own thing. It's not coming to just be up under me. Like, you know what I'm saying? You coming to do your own thing. So but yeah, I'm gone. It's not even not how that looks, especially if somebody's already in a career. It's not like I'm just saying like I'm out bumping your feelings. Like if we have built a dynamic, like, well, let's have a conversation. And if there's something in there that really makes sense for both of us commission wise, that I stay because of whatever it might be.
Right.
Then yeah, but like it's gonna be hard to say, like, if this is the thing, like like at the end of the day, like nobody, including myself, I feel like it's a butter mission. Because that's going to impact so many people. Like, I feel like even my life now, the way I live my life like that now, has impacted so many people in a positive way.
Very true.
That I cannot put it on pause for nobody, even me. Like, I might feel like I want to be here with this person, but at the end of the day, for the people it's going to impact and the legacies after me, because we going for big, like, generational wealth. Like,
Right.
And not just saying that because it's a buzzword, but that's a real mission.
Right.
I can't sacrifice that for nobody.
Which is
so,
fair.
like, I'm out.
Yeah.
But I'm not just out. Skip your feelings. It's like,
nah,
let's do this together. Like, we gonna co-decide this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Even if the decision's made in my mind, I still want, because I'm saying like I'm gonna go. But yes, I want to talk to them about it and work out what we need to work out for ourselves. If that's a goodbye or if that's a like we'll pause for now and see you later soon, whatever.
Yeah, let's work it out. See what we can do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because man.
Good scenario.
That was heat. Come on now. The artificial intelligence is coming with the heat, y'all.
And it's so much easier to say what I would or wouldn't do or how I feel because it's a scenario. Because, put me in it. Who knows? I'm staying with my baby.
Yeah,
I ain't going to leave my man.
That is funny. All right. Let's go to a different one. Man, it's getting
Spice?
Getting spicy. I'm saying that one was kind of, what time we got left? We're going to get up out of here. All right, so this one about social media. It's called the social media standoff.
I'm already fighting social media. So.
Okay, on social media, and we're going to let the audience decide which platform this is. You encounter a very tense, high-stakes discussion surrounding a controversial issue affecting the Black community.
Ooh.
If you Black, think about that. But also, if you white, think about that. Don't change it to say the white community up in there. The Black community, right? So what would you also do if you white listening? You have strong opinions and valuable insights on the matter. However, engaging could raise awareness and potentially position you as somebody who people see as a resource, right, to get support. But also, it also opens you up to scrutiny, criticism, and judgment, and possibly professional repercussions, right? Now, very important matter, high stakes.
Ooh.
And it's also about your own moral compass and what you believe. So what would you do? Would you engage publicly, sharing your perspective to contribute to the discussion and possibly affect change? Or would you choose a more cautious approach, possibly engaging in a more private manner or a more controlled environment, in order to make sure that you don't potentially endanger your profession or personal reputation?
I would love to say my name is Bennett.
And I ain't in it.
I would love.
Yeah, come on.
I would love to say it. I think I am a lot more cautious when it comes to public anything. Like if you're going to see me publicly or see what I've written publicly, I'm going to take my time before I ever say anything. But I think in these kind of conversations, it's like the goal would be to de-escalate, right? Or diffuse, because two people shouting at each other from afar, you're gonna say they both look like fools. It's not gonna matter who's right or who's wrong. Like nobody needs to see name calling or people just like lowering themselves down to a level just to win an argument because nobody wins. I find asking questions and trying to understand for clarity can help diffuse because it has to slow people down and they can't rant in the same way. And then almost speaking in the most calm of manners. So like having choice words that are clearly not one way or the other. Just being like, okay, I see your perspective. And, you know, from what I've read or what I've seen or what I know, that this is another side to it. What are your thoughts on that? I think I would not be okay not saying something, but I also wouldn't just say anything. I couldn't just say anything.
Be out there letting it fly.
Nah, because, you know, people will find something. Even if you're completely innocent, they will find something all the time. And I'm like, I'm not trying to engage to now spark 10 different other arguments or fights.
Yeah.
Not here for it. Because I can't fight them all. It's too much.
Yeah.
But I am willing to get clarity and diffuse. So say you.
Nah, so I just want to make sure I heard you right. So you would want to get in there and like say something and like jump into something, but you wouldn't want to like get in there and tussle.
Nah.
Like, let me not go in there and get to going back and forth with the person.
Nah. Because I will defend myself in the streets, but never on like words on a social media app. It's just not worth it.
But you would go in there like in order to make a stand for the people watching and people who might be impacted to help clarify, diffuse. Got it. Okay. That's dope. Me. You know, to be honest, my Twitter finger's not that heavy. Like, I don't actually be in the mix like that. Like, my entirety of times have been like two things: the Columbus joint and then something. Like, I really don't get into the mix on social media, just because like, and that comes from just realizing like that's why am I giving my energy to that. If it's something where it's an important, critical, key topic, and I have the opportunity to jump in, sometimes I do when it makes sense. It depends on like the level of ignorance, because sometimes people got opinions about things that's rooted in stuff that don't make sense. But if somebody's wrong with facts,
right,
I'm about to cook you.
Right.
I can't wait. I love when the Columbus joint.
Oh, I read it.
Yeah, I'm about to cook you.
It
like,
was good.
You know what I'm saying? Even at the Caribbean or in North America. Nah, we reestablished that as North America after we colonized.
Right.
So it's not really. You know, like
because they weren't just trolls; they were just misinformed people. Yeah.
Like I'm gonna cook you facts. But if it's just like you just got your opinions, why? Because you can like arguing somebody's opinion is a losing battle every time,
every day.
You know, so I'm definitely not gonna do that. To me personally, I'm probably gonna catch you afterwards because, like I said, at my job, like when people call me Mr. Pull Up, like I will pull up on you. Like I will, hey.
People call you Mr. Pull Up.
Like when I first got to my job, it's like, oh, Mr. Pull Up, because I was pulling up on everybody. Like, no joke. Just like, hey, let me come holler at you. This was a problem. Let me come talk to you. This happened. Like,
I like that.
But you got to be in the DE&I space.
Yeah,
like,
that was good.
You got to. It's like, hey, you got to talk to everybody because it's always an issue. You know what I'm saying? So I will come catch you afterwards, but I'm definitely not going to, like, hop on social media back and forth unless, here's the big caveat, unless there's somebody I care in the mix, right? So sometimes there's, like, and I said this the other day, like, I forgot, there was a situation not too long ago where it was in an email, and somebody said something that, like, called out one of the folks who we were working with in front of everybody, right? Like, on, like, it was, like, direct. It was, like, a blind CC, somebody who we all knew. And so what I could have done is caught that person later, but I also had to, like, demonstrate, like, this is not okay. I have this other person's back, and I'm going to, like, check you. Because you wanted to bring it up publicly, I'm going to check you publicly.
Right.
And so, like, that was different because it was, like, direct and impacted the folks. But if it's just social media, but if it's direct, I'm going to catch you.
That's real.
In both places.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If I was out there drowning, you got me.
For sure. Yeah.
That's all I need.
Yeah. Okay. Social media. Look at this. I like that your Twitter fingers is broken. I like that.
Did you say they broke?
Yeah, don't use them. Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
Don't work for most people. Okay. So we got options, y'all. We're gonna ask the audience. We could either stop right here, you know what I'm saying? Call it a day, or we could do one more. See what they say. I hear one more. You hear one more?
I hear one more.
I heard one more. Okay, walk 9. No, I hear one more. All right, bet. We're gonna do our last one. So we got options. So let's ask the audience again. So we could do the corporate conundrum because we have it in a corporate one,
It's the word for me.
Oh, you said the what?
The word conundrum. I love it.
Or we could do the crossroads of no, we already did that. Or we could do another relationship one, but this one is more about friendships.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go corporate. Because you tried to do friendship.
I had a vote.
Okay, you want to rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah, that'd be
Come on.
fun.
No, 2 out of 3.
Just 1 out of 1.
Yeah. Oh, let's do it like Squid Games. All right, you ready?
Okay.
All right.
Wait, we gotta say something out loud.
Okay, all right, ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shit. Oh, yes. Let's go. Yeah. All right, B. Let's do it. The corporate one is the safest one. It's boring, ain't it?
I didn't say anything.
I know.
He just knows I was voting for the friendship one. That's all.
All right.
But I did lose. I had the scissor and he had a rock. So
Yeah, we're going to do the corporate
down went
one.
Monique.
Yeah, you should have. Hey, you should have. Don't worry about it.
You should have had paper. What? How was I supposed to know you're gonna have rock?
Nah, don't worry about it. Because they said it in Squid Game. She was like, most time men, because it's like rock. It's like connected to men and masculinity. Remember, what's her name? Mai? In the Squid Game challenge.
Oh, the challenge.
Yeah.
I did not recall that.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. You ready? Mm-hmm. Okay. We're going to do corporate conundrum. So, you. The friendship one is too deep. So,
Ooh, I'm so intrigued. Okay, go ahead.
all right. So, you're a young black professional.
Sounds right.
Sounds right so far. Who has just landed in an amazing dream job at a prestigious place. Coming soon. However, you quickly realize the corporate culture is not as inclusive as once advertised. You notice continuous microaggressions, like, you speak so well, right?
I go through this regularly.
From colleagues, a lack of diversity in leadership positions specifically, and your ideas often are overlooked. Despite this, the job does offer significant career growth, a lot of opportunities, plenty of networking, and a great salary. Okay? So what would you do? Do you confront the issues head on, putting yourself at risk, but also creating an opportunity to create change? Or would you focus more on gaining the experience and skills to eventually move on to a more inclusive environment? And this happens all the time to people, which
This
is
is
like
a daily struggle.
yeah.
You know, okay, so when you say attack it head on, it's like, what does that specifically look like, right? Because I find myself saying things in smaller settings
Yeah.
out of safety, I think. I don't think I compute it in my brain to know at the time, but if I reflect back, it's like because there's not many, if any, or if there are, they're not ones that you could say are kinfolk in that regard. Like they don't hold your or have your back. You are alone. It is disheartening because it's not like you say something or you combat it and the person or people are like, oh my gosh, is that what's happening? Let us rectify this. Let's work through this. It's more like, what are you talking about? That's not what I said. I didn't do that. And it becomes more of a toxic thing. So I think when you're by yourself in those situations, you have to play it by ear, like what makes the most sense for your mental health and well-being, right? If there are opportunities that arise where you can, I say do, but if it's not safe enough, don't. Like, because no one else gets hurt but you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you're just putting yourself at the firing squad repetitively. Oh no, I can't. I couldn't function that way. I think if there is opportunity for growth to move out of that space into spaces where there is more safety, I would be asking those questions like, what do I need to do to get there? How can I get there? Like, what is needed? Who do I need to connect with? And that would be a lot of my focus, more than likely.
Dope. So it's like it's almost like a mix of both.
Yeah.
Like in like some situations where you can make small impacts or changes, you would, but you also be looking, all right, how do I get to the next spot?
Yeah.
Next
Because
place.
it's like this is gonna be an ongoing thing.
Yeah.
And doing that by yourself, you're gonna grind yourself away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
That's the theme today. What do you think?
Well, you know what? I'm funny because I'm speaking from a place of like in my job now. It's like interesting. My job itself is to advocate for change. Like that's
Right.
literally my job. And then also I'm in a position of power.
Yeah.
So it's like
What's that like?
I am the change creator and I'm expected to make change. So if I like take myself out of that and literally go into a space where that's not the case right now,
Yeah.
I would say, man, if I get into a place and it's like, yeah, I just don't feel welcome, and because my piece is big. Like I do a lot to keep things at bay because I'm emotional. I could be like very at effect to what's going on in my environment.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Like 100%. Like
Right.
as you know what I'm saying. Like so, if I'm in a place where continuously my environment is disruptive, it's not going to just disrupt me at work. I'm gonna be disrupted at home and with my people and with this. So it's only but so long I can last.
Right.
So what I probably would do, like, man, that's hard. Like this is a good position. Is that? Man, I honestly would probably like going there and like, I want to crash out, like being there going at everybody. I would probably just be like, yo, Bennett, my name is Bennett, not in it. Like, y'all got it. I'm gonna get my experience. I'm gonna do these projects, and I'm gonna be gone after a year. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's like, if you really want to see change, like change has to come from the or some of the most powerful seats in an organization or a system. Like, because an organization is an organism. It's a collection of living things, just like a body. And one of the most powerful parts of our body is our mind. And so, like, if you want to change, like, you got to start there to start to do other things. And it's the same way in an organization. Like the CEO, which is like the mind, or like the senior leadership, whatever, it's like the mind of the organization. Like, they gotta want to make the change. So if you in a place where you don't got that, like, you might make subtle change, but it's just a system. It's just gonna be replaced by somebody else, and they might even want to cause like change, but they're a part of a larger system that's reinforcing the thing that's happening anyway. So your change is in a way limited,
Right.
which is why, like, when I go and I advocate for my job, it's like, oh no, I want to be on this team. I want to report to the CEO. I want to this, because it's like
That's how you get change.
It's a change. See, it's power.
It's because I feel that and I hear that and I love that. But it's like, why is there so many powerful people not creating that access? You know what I mean? Because like there are committees upon committees and like all kinds of, and everyone's saying the same thing and nothing's changing.
Yeah.
But the idea of, look, we have this committee to appear change. It's like people in power, just do it. Like literally just shift and change something.
Yeah.
It is hard for those below who don't have any
It's over.
to continue to come in each day.
Nah, for sure.
Ugh.
Nah. So that's what I do. Like, like, I'll either work to get into a powerful position where I could be the person now. It's like, nah, I'm the big dog. And it's happening. Or it's like, no, I'm going to get my stuff and go.
Yeah.
Protect you, choose you.
Yeah.
So I know that's not what I wanted to hear, but it's a fact.
It is what it is.
Hey, that's what you got to do. Like, yeah. And there's nuances to each situation with that, but for sure. Yeah.
No, I hear that.
All right. Other scenario. One last one.
Not the friendship one.
This scenario is, say you having a podcast and you're at the end, and people are wondering.
The disrespect. Oh my God. I cannot believe.
What?
I can't believe I fell for it. He's so proud of himself. I am offended for me.
And people are wondering, what in the world are they talking about? Listen, we might be right,
We might be wrong.
but at the end of the day, we just young, black, and figuring it out. Tough.